good, Raider Nation? It's your boy G_Money Raiders, aka Game, coming to you with another edition of My Take. Sorry for the delay of the video. I had to wait until Saturday to watch the video, to watch the game, so I can be able to give you my take of what I believe and see in the game and what took place. This one I'll try not to make a long video on because it was no need to. So the Raiders lost against the 49ers 34-3. So we're going to go into each aspect of the team as always. I do offense, defense, special teams, and coaching. So offensively, we're going to start with them. Offensive line is injured. That's just what it boils down to. Derek Carr didn't have time to really do too much because of what the offensive line was doing. And then the 49ers defense was just doing whatever they wanted to our tackles. Kolton Miller hurt his leg, which was already hurting. I think I said to some people out there, or saw a report out there about his leg being injured. Caliche, I think he re-injured his leg just as well. So we're, on borrowed old time right now, man, with our offensive line. And so they had to go out and bring, some players back who was out there. So they brought Sharp back. I think that's who they brought back to be able to play the left tackle position because they really don't know the significance of Kolton Miller's injury and Caliche. So with Caliche, you can at least put Faciliano in there and play his position. And, Sharp, that's going to be a good one because he's not that, great at left tackle. I've seen him a few times already last year. So we'll see how that goes in our next game. With the banged up line, the running game couldn't get together, didn't have enough time to really get too much passing. I mean, in the beginning, the first drive, it was great. Everything looked like it was going to be like, okay, we got something going. But then into typical Raider fashion, I'll get to the defense side in a few minutes. You know how the way that goes. So, but yeah, offensively, we're kind of stuck in limbo right now, y'all. I mean, there's nothing that we can really do right now but just bring in players right now to help solidify our offensive line. So there's nothing that we can really do or say to that notion. Defense sucks big time. As we all know, Bruce Irvin and Cromartie both retired. Well, Bruce Irvin got waived. Cromartie asked for his release. So that was done in, typical Raider fashion of letting these guys go, because I understand that they allowed them to go just so that, to me, that they can make roster moves to get more offensive linemen, because the O-line is pretty bad right now, y'all. There's no ifs, ands, buts about it. Got a bad O-line. Defense just didn't look good. Our front four couldn't get to a rookie quarterback. Not a simple pressure. You had the secondary allowing guys to run free in the secondary, wide open. Nobody's covering. Nobody's talking to another. People getting fooled on the play action run. The way the run was flowing to one way, the quarterback was able to drop to his right. Garcon wide open, touchdown. They drove down the first drive. First got their first touchdown, the first drive. Just ran on our defense. I mean, we have sucky linebackers. We have sucky safeties. Your linebackers is your middle line of defense to everything. Well, I understand that your defensive tackles got to be able to take up space so the linebackers can be able to do what they need to do, but we don't have cover linebackers. We have linebackers that are supposed to be solidified to stop the run, but it didn't look that way to me. So, secondary, it's just time for them to stick with the two corners, Worley and Conley. That's just what I believe. You should just stick with them two right there. Ride it out for the rest of the season so that they can get their time in. Ride Markel Lee out. I just don't believe he's learning how to be able to read the offensive line so he can be able to get to his holes. But as far as pass coverage, him and Tyre are bad when it come down to, you know, pass coverage tight ends. You know, they're just bad. It's just plain and simple. So we're going to need truly big help in this upcoming draft. You know, defensively. I just feel like we need to draft defensive players, no ifs, ands, buts about it. That's just me. I don't want to see no offensive nothing unless you're keeping 2 of the 3 first-round picks. You know, you're going to have to go out and get you another offensive lineman. So, special teams, y'all know how I feel about the punter, Townsend. Weak. He's weak as fuck. You can't punt. 3 punts at 25 yards. 3. You mean to tell me you can't punt? You was coming out being the best punter in college. Allegedly the best punter coming out of college. But it's not what you're showing me in the pros. So, our regular kicker, you know, at least he made the 3 points. So the offense didn't get them nowhere near for him to kick another field goal or anything really. Coaching. This is my take on the whole coaching with Jon Gruden, Paul Guenther. If Jon Gruden what's the point of having Olsen if you're supposed to be the coach that makes all the calls? What's the point of having another offensive coordinator there if you're such the guru guy that you are? And, you know, Jon Gruden comes up in these press conferences and always talk about, I take the responsibility of this and I take the responsibility of that. And then they be at events or whatever and always says, Raider Nation, you know, just stick with us. Everything's going to turn around. Trust me, we're going to make everything fine. Just believe in us. Well, I don't believe y'all going to win another motherfucking game. That's my take on it. You're not even going to win another motherfucking game. So you're going to come up either with the first round pick this year or you're going to have the second pick this coming draft. I mean, in 2019. So, hopefully, you know, you're going to have enough money to be able to do what you need to do. So if Le'Veon Bell is going to be a free agent come next year, you better make sure you got enough money to be able to pay him so he can be your running back. Because Marshawn, I don't think Marshawn's coming back in 2019. Because the way I'm hearing about his groin injury, it's pretty bad, y'all. It's pretty bad. I know he's on IR and he's not able to come back until late December, but the way they're talking, some of the reports and articles that I'm reading, Marshawn may not ever come back this season, period. So we're going to see how that turns out. So you better be able to get your offensive line and get another running back there. Now, I got a lot of people who want Warren to come in and, you know, use Warren as that back. Well, you got to let me see after his knee injury, the status of his knee injury and how bad, because they're not, you know, putting the word out how significant his knee injury really is. So I'm just basically seeing that. So this team and this coaching is banking on the fact that they need us fans to stay and support them, because moving forward, John didn't think it was going to be this way. Well, they lost this team in my book. He has really lost this team. And there's no ifs, ands, buts about it. Look at how everybody's leaving. Like I said, Bruce Irvin, Derek Johnson, Cromartie. You know, guys are like, you know, hey, I'm not being able to play, even though we were sold a bill of goods coming into the season by Paul Guenther on defense. Oh, everybody's going to play. Everybody's going to get a chance to come in and play, and everybody's going to be able to do this, that, and the other. You know, and it didn't happen, and it's not happening. So now we got to basically go off of, we need to find somebody, you know. To me, Arden Key is heading in the right direction, but like I think I said in my past video, in order to help Arden Key. Arden Key needs to do like what Khalil Mack did. That's look at the run, play on the run first, then rush the passer if you know that they're not running the ball. That way you can always know that you're playing in pass rush. You're pass rushing regardless, because you're either rushing the running back or you're rushing the quarterback. Either or. So, but he needs more schooling and more help. He needs to bulk up a little more as well too. Height, he's okay in that department. So, like I say, this team is basically having issues when it comes to being in Oakland, because the Oakland fans are mad, very pissed. That's number one. Number two, we don't even know if the city of Oakland if they're going to be play next year in Oakland, because that's pretty much the last year. And so if the city of Oakland decides to go up on a rent again, like I've been saying to y'all, the Raiders are broke because they're trying to pay for everything else so that they can get ready to move to Las Vegas. If this was the case, then what the Raiders should have done was set themselves up to where they were leaving next year, going to Vegas. Now, I know they were trying to get into Los Angeles, get down in the LA area to stay in California and be able to do that, but the owners didn't allow them. They chose the Rams and the Chargers to be there, but Chargers can't even get in there and sell their upcoming stadium out with the Rams. They're not, meaning they're going to be sharing a stadium with the Rams, but the part that I'm talking about is their ticket sales are like down because they're not able to sell the tickets that they need for them to be able to hold up their part of the bargain of being a shared stadium with the Rams. So we're going to see how this all turns out. We're going to see how the way it all comes out to be. So I didn't really, couldn't really say too much. Like I said, the Raiders end up losing 34-3 to the 49ers. Raider Nation, we in a pitiful state right now. But you know how I am as a Raider fan. I've been a Raider fan, like I told you, since '83. And I'm going to remain a Raider fan. I've seen these kinds of seasons. No ifs, ands, buts about it. And I'm always optimistic about everything. Because once you're down, there's only one way, and that's up. That's it. Plain and simple. There's only one way to go. One way to go from that point when you're down, and that's up. So hopefully, we as fans, let's keep our heads up. Be proud. Raider Nation for life. And just know, I'm going to keep continuing to bring you my videos. All right? Don't forget to like and subscribe to my page. Don't forget to hit that bell button. Let me know what you feel in the comment section, or what you think of the things that I was just talking about and going over. And let me know, because I'm going to hit you back. I'm going to respond to everybody's comment. That's how I always do, and I always will. So it's your boy G_Money Raiders, a.k.a. Galen, signing off to you. So I'm going to also bring to you my commercial about All Year Tutoring. It's a thing that I always talk about at the end of every video that I do. It's my ladies tutoring center. I want y'all to know it's real. Here's a t-shirt right here. And I'm just letting y'all know that All Year Tutoring is a tutoring that my lady does here in Georgia. The tutoring center itself is in Fayetteville, Georgia, but it doesn't matter where you are in the nation, because we are the nation, Raider Nation, and she will basically help anybody from little kids to grown adults. If you need help in any subject, any matter, she's there. So I'll put the link or the webpage in the description. That's www.allyourtutoring.com. So don't forget, go check it out. All right? Raider Nation, it's your boy G_Money Raiders, a.k.a. Ken, signing off. Peace out, Raider Nation. I'll be back with y'all next Sunday. Or should I say during the week, because we're back on a normal schedule, give you my review of the next game. All right? Peace out, Raider Nation.